Hi, I'm Fran Thorsen, and this is the second of the three-part video tutorial about HUD homes. Today we're going to talk about the Good Neighbor Next Door program. I've written two books about HUD homes. I've written a book for consumers called HUD Homes for Sale, A Complete Buyer's Guide. Brand new edition just came out with all these brand new changes at HUD and everything they're doing there. I also have HUD Homes for Sale, Sales and Marketing Guide for Real Estate Agents. Both books are available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and both books are available for e-readers. These books are part of a program I'm working with. I'm also working with a new online course over at Reeltown at Government Homes University. And I forgot to mention this yesterday, minor detail, but we're going to be issuing certifications and training to deliver government home sales professionals to the real estate industry. I'm having a webcast on Friday, and I invite you to come. I have lots of really good content I'm sharing in the video tutorials. I'm going to have some incredible content on the webcast, stuff that you've never ever heard before. Listen to the webcast today or this video today. If you know everything about the Good Neighbor Next Door program that I'm about to share with you, and you already know it, I can tell you then you really want to be at this webcast on Friday if you know this stuff. And if you don't know this stuff that I'm sharing today, if you don't know all of the new things that are happening in HUD, then you really want to be at the webcast on Friday. So above my head here, somewhere on this page, you're going to see a little place where you can sign up. All you have to do is sign up and confirm, and it'll take you to the page where the webcast is happening, and then it's done. Okay, so let's talk about the Good Neighbor Next Door program. What is that? The Good Neighbor Next Door program is a program that HUD has been working with for some years, designed for first responders and teachers. So police officers, firefighters, emergency medical technicians, and teachers qualify for a program where they get substantial discounts on HUD homes. In the old days, they had an officer next door program, they had a teacher next door, firefighter next door. They put it all together and they put it under one umbrella. And what happens is, for designated properties, mostly in revitalization areas and some really needy properties, eligible participants can get a 50% discount on the sale price of a HUD home. And there are some real big changes to this that happened. Its bottom line is still the same. It's a way that HUD devised to say thank you to people in our community who put themselves at risk for us, to say thank you to people who uphold the rule of law, to say thank you to the people who are there in those critical moments in our lives when we need them so very much, and to say thank you to the people who care for our children, who help teach them and nurture them. I think it's a wonderful program. I think it's a really neat thing, and a good way for the community to say thanks to special people, and a wonderful way as a real estate agent to be able to say thanks and to be able to work in this market. In the past, prior to October of 2010, Good Neighbor Next Door applicants bid on properties themselves. There was no active participation by real estate agents, no commissions paid on that. That all changed in October 2010. So real estate agents actually have a financial stake in it right now, and it's just amazing. It's not a joke. You know, this is a way that a first responder or a teacher can buy a $100,000 house for $50,000, and no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just absolutely phenomenal, and it's not a joke. If you haven't heard of it before, and you maybe think I'm working up to an April Fool's joke, you know, it's not. It's not a scam. It's not a joke. This is a legitimate, real government program where people buy homes at a 50% discount, and it's as simple as that. Most of the time, they're able to get these houses with FHA financing and a $100 down payment. You know, down payments for FHA is usually about 3.5% right now. So on a $100,000 home, there's a $3,500 down payment. If they're buying a $100,000 home, if it's a Good Neighbor Next Door purchase, it means it's worth $200,000, and they're getting it for $100,000, and they may be able to do it with a $100 down payment and FHA financing. I mean, it gets better and better and better and better. There are no reasons not to do this. There's no excuse not to know about it, and there's no excuse, you know, not to be sharing this with people. What is a HUD home? If you don't know what a HUD home is, it's a property that was lost in foreclosure by an FHA borrower. So somebody who had an FHA mortgage lost the home, the bank took it back, and then the bank submits an insurance claim to HUD for the mortgage. HUD pays them that claim and takes possession and title of the house and then puts it on the market as a HUD home. So what are the program requirements for first responders? Well, the first thing is that they have to be employed full-time. Volunteer, firemen, sorry, that doesn't work. So this is only for people employed full-time in those professions. When they purchase the property, they will occupy the property as for 3 years as their primary residence, and they cannot have owned real estate for the year preceding the purchase. So those are the main, the 3 main eligibility requirements. Those are important to know. Those are important to share. And again, the buyer gets some pretty good deals when they're working with a HUD home. Number one, they get a property condition report, because HUD sends people in and they're going to have a basic look at what's involved there. And HUD also encourages Good Neighbor Next Door participants, as well as all HUD buyers, to have an independent home inspector come in and check it out. Turn on the utilities, kick the tires, make sure, well, don't kick too hard, don't put holes in the wall, please. But make sure the property's okay, make sure it's up to snuff. If it's not, you don't have to buy it, or they can work with repair escrows. There are all kinds of ways they can deal with issues surrounding property condition, and HUD really encourages people to do that. How many banks encourage people to get home inspections, check it out. Here's what we found out from our home inspectors. You don't hear that. There's a lot of fatigue in the industry right now, a lot of fatigue attached to REO sales, a lot of fatigue attached to short sales. FHA and HUD homes is a way to get to the other side of that terrible REO fatigue a lot of people are feeling. So what happens and how do you submit the bid? The buyer submits a bid through the HUD brokerage, a HUD approved brokerage. So if you are not approved yet, if you don't have your NAID number from HUD, come to the webcast on Friday, send me an email, whatever. Be sure that your brokerage is approved so that you can participate in HUD homes and in Good Neighbor Next Door programs. And I'm going to share a very big secret right now, very, very big secret. And that is about the word lottery. When you go to HUDhomestore.com and you're looking at HUD homes, occasionally you'll see the word lottery appear under property types and attached to Good Neighbor Next Door programs. In the old days, before 2010, before October of 2010, the way the Good Neighbor program worked was, if police officers or first responders or teachers were interested in a property, they would go to HUD home. They would go to the website and they would place a full price offer on a property. So if the property was listed at $100,000, they would place a $100,000 offer, and then HUD would take all of those bids and put them in a hat and pick one out like a lottery, and that would be the person who would win it, and then would buy the house for $50,000. So the word lottery is attached to Good Neighbor Next Door listings at HUDhomestore.com. I don't know how long this is going to be. But a lot of people connect that word lottery with the way things used to be done, and it's not done that way anymore. So I don't tell anybody, but here's how it works right now. Because now first responders and teachers are working with agents. So let's say you have a teacher or a police officer, and they find a Good Neighbor house and they want to submit a bid, and they really want it. The house is on the market for $100,000, and most agents who see the word lottery know, they think they know, that everybody puts in a full price offer and then somebody gets it in a lottery. But you know better because you were here, and you say, okay, well, let's do a little bit better than that. So maybe they're going to submit an offer for $110,000 for that property. And what's going to happen is, back in the asset manager's office, they're not picking names out of a hat anymore. They're taking the bid with the highest net proceeds to HUD. So there may be 10 offers for $100,000, and guess what? Somebody has an offer for $110,000. That's the offer that's going to take it, and the sale price is written at $55,000. So that's a secret, and I haven't heard anybody share that. And if you didn't know that, you'd know it now. And if you thought that that was a good little tidbit, then you really want to come to the webcast on Friday. I might put that little sign and note up again here for you for a couple of seconds, and then make it go away again. So maybe we'll see you again on Friday. So I will be happy to do that. Again, on Friday, the webinar is going to be called 5 Simple Secrets to Dominate the HUD Homes Market 3.0. How to make lots of money making people's dreams come true. I'll be joined by Denise Lonis from Bellingham, Washington, an absolutely super wonderful lady working with branding and marketing. And I will see you then if I do. If not, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. We'll see you online.